no harm. However, if my opponent states that there is no big deal to ads, then what's the point of having them? If they won't distract you, then they won't call out to you or make you buy them. My opponent also stated that ads can give you new information, and if there aren't any ads, you won't have the opportunity to learn about what's going on right now. However, that's the whole point of magazines. Ads, in my definition, ads are things that promote an item, not things that inform you on what's happening in everyday life. My opponent's second contention was that ads can show the world new products. However, if all you rely on is ads, then you won't really learn much about this world. There are many online websites that aren't considered ads that can inform you on things. So ads won't help you on learning anything new about the world. Can ads really benefit us if the advertiser makes you want to buy this, but lies about the harms and benefits of this advertisement, then it will only hurt you. Of course, the companies will earn a lot more money, but will you really be satisfied with the product? My opponent's third contention is that children and adults will find new hobbies. I say that although children and adults can find new hobbies, ads aren't the only thing that can promote this. There are many other websites or things that can help you find your new hobbies. Now, my opponent's response to my first contention was that billboards can't exactly lie. But as I said, my definition is something that promotes an item, not just a billboard. Also, many billboards have extremely small text on the bottom so that many people who pass them may miss the harmful things on their items. My opponent said that people don't watch TV for ads. However, if you watch a show, you are bound to see the ads. And unless you watch the ads, you might miss the next episode of your show. My opponent said that he has never seen an inappropriate ad. However, just because my opponent has not seen something like this, it doesn't mean they don't exist. Inappropriate ads and ads that may promote violence exist all over the world. My opponent's response to my last contention was misunderstood, and how my opponent said that the test taker would bring a magazine to the test. However, the way that my opponent understood this problem was that in a way that the test taker would cheat. When I explained my claim, I said that while studying, ads may distract the learner from the articles that they really want to read. My opponent has dropped the argument that when I said advertisement may be unethical and lead to a decrease in moral standards. Now, this is a huge mistake because a decrease in moral standards can lead to so much worse in this world. There can be more crimes and worse behavior in schools, and lead to a decrease in overall happiness. Okay, therefore, you ought to affirm.
So, our opponent said to our first contention, ads do no harm. They said that there is no, that if ads do no harm, then what's the point of having an ad? Well, ads, if they, like an ad on a computer, which is putting forward a product, like you said in your definition, if you want to, you can choose to ignore it, or you can look at it, the ad, if you're looking for something. So it does have a point if you're looking for it, but if you want to, you can easily like just look over it, and it won't do any harm. So for the second one, for our second contention, we said it shows the world in products. Our opponent said that that's what like magazines are for, and you can learn it on other products like magazines. But when that's well, sometimes when you're playing a game, you're not looking for products. But if an ad pops up, you can see a brand new product that you'll be really excited for that you might not have seen in a newspaper because it's a small company trying to get started, and you could go ahead and buy that and possibly love it. And you said, we said for our third contention, helps kids and adults get new hobbies. You said again that there are other things to do that. Well, like I said again, sometimes you might not be looking for other things, but you could end up learning a brand new hobby or job that you love to do just from doing something else besides looking for it. So, your first contention was that the products lie about topics, and then we said, how can a billboard lie? And our definition was that a billboard is an ad because it is showing something to the world, such as a product. That is an ad, of course, because an ad is like showing something, and that is a billboard is showing things to the world, which is an ad. So you said and there's small little text on the billboard. Well, if you're driving by and you see the billboard, you might remember like a name that you can go on the website, like say that you can go online and type in the name and look on their website for what the ad is. And if you look on their website for what the ad is, you can look at all the small little prints on a smaller screen instead of driving by on a big scale. That will help a lot. And we did not drop the third one. We blocked your first and second contention together. So we did not drop that. We said that how can a billboard lie for the second one? So you didn't respond to that, meaning you dropped that one, which is a big mistake because you dropped that one. And then for your third contention, advertisements lead to obesity. Time's up.
To conclude this debate, we believe that there are more pros to advertisements than cons. We also believe that we should win this debate because we have better contentions and better refutations. Our first contention was that ads do no harm. As explained before, this means that they're no big deal and just there for people to take a quick glance. Our second contention was that ads show the world new products. We explained how ads help Apple start up and expand. Our third contention was that ads both help children and adults find new hobbies. We explained how ads can help kids find new sports and help adults get hired to new companies. Without ads, all these things that we explained about before would be very hard to accomplish. Apple would have had a harder time starting up, and so would have other companies. Both kids and adults ads can help both kids and adults too. Like we said earlier, kids can find new sports teams and adults can find new companies. Because of our refutations and contentions, we believe that we should win this debate.
So, my opponent's three contentions stated that number 1, ads can't distract you. Number 2, they show the world new products. And number 3, they can help you find new hobbies. However, my opponent's first contention is invalid because if they're no big deal, so what's the point of ads? My opponent's second contention is also invalid because even if they show the world new products, they can't benefit you directly. My opponent's biggest mistake was when although they did say that billboards lie, they did not directly address my argument on how moral standards may be decreased. I can outweigh many of their contentions because ads cause more harms than benefits, and there are no pros. There are no pros to cons based on my within my opponent's argument. When my opponent dropped my argument on how moral standards may decrease, they pretty much agreed that it was okay to allow criminalism in this world and that it didn't matter if people started lying and there was more fighting. All in all, my opponent's arguments are invalid now, and I have proved that there are more harms than benefits to ads. Therefore, I should win this argument.